In today's video, I'm going to be taking one of the world's most famous high-speed trains, the Eurostar. I'll be travelling in Eurostar Plus, which is first class, from the beautiful city of Amsterdam into Belgium and through the iconic Channel Tunnel under the sea. Along the way, I'll show you the seat, the scenery, and what you can expect from Eurostar's first class service. So join me for this epic journey through 4 different countries on the way to the British capital. Good afternoon from the heart of Amsterdam, just outside of the iconic Amsterdam Centraal station. We're just a stone's throw from many of the tourist highlights here, with canal tours departing from just outside of the station. With such a central location, the station is well connected to the city's public transport network, with numerous lines of the tram system departing from right outside, while 4 of the city's 5 metro lines can be accessed beneath the station. The station's main building is spectacular and a great start for today's international journey. It's always worth appreciating this 19th century Gothic Renaissance beauty before heading inside. But we've got a train to catch, so let's head inside Amsterdam Centraal for a look around. The entrance leads to the old ticket hall, another impressive sight itself, though nowadays most ticket sales are done at ticket machines or online, or even not at all, with domestic journeys allowing for contactless payment at the barriers. Amsterdam Centraal has 11 platforms, most of which are situated under the impressive train shed you can see above us. Platform 2 also features a few eateries, with a Heineken pub and the so-called first-class Grand Café. You can also spot the royal waiting room here, though this is only accessible through a guided tour, which certainly isn't budget-friendly. This station sees a colourful variety of trains. Most services are operated by the Dutch national operator, Nederlandse Spoorwegen, or NS for short. You can even see their newest trains, the ICNG, operating on the company's fastest services. Other international services are operated by DB, with frequent connections to Germany, while you'll also find these red Eurostar trains, formerly known as Thalys, running to Paris. Beneath the platforms is the central passage. This features a selection of shops and takeaway cafes, useful as most trains departing this station do not have onboard catering. The Eurostar trains to London operate a bit differently to all the other trains at Amsterdam Centraal. For a start, they depart from a dedicated platform, number 15, situated at the far end of the station from the main entrance. And due to UK border requirements, all passengers must pass through immigration at the dedicated Eurostar terminal, situated at the far end of the platform. Because of this, Eurostar advises passengers to arrive between 45 and 60 minutes before departure. There's also a quick airport-style security check, though this is very efficient and I was soon through. This empties out into an extremely crowded waiting area. It was very unpleasant to wait in here, though I'm told that a new, much larger waiting area has opened as of 2025. The Eurostar service to Amsterdam has an interesting history, first launching in 2018 as a one-way service, with return passengers having to connect in Brussels using Thalys trains. The return Amsterdam to London train was finally launched in 2020, after the construction of a Eurostar terminal in both Amsterdam and Rotterdam. However, this return service was once again cancelled in June 2024 due to construction works, with the service resuming in February 2025, departing 3 times a day. Eurostar uses the newer of its 2 fleets on the route to Amsterdam, the 16-carriage E320 trains, part of the globally popular Siemens Velaro family. These trains have 6 carriages of first-class seating. Of these, 1 or 2 are reserved as Eurostar Premier, which includes a higher quality meal, alongside lounge access and fast-track queues at the station. I'll be sitting here in Eurostar Plus, carriage 14, seat 44, a forward-facing solo seat. Today's journey sees us heading south to Rotterdam, before crossing the border to Belgium. From there, we'll speed through France into the Channel Tunnel before arriving into London. Journey time is scheduled to be 4 hours and 10 minutes, covering 584 kilometres or about 363 miles. We depart Amsterdam Centraal with a small delay of 2 minutes at 16:49, beginning our epic 4-hour, 4-country trip over to London. As we pull out, we run alongside various domestic trains operated by double-deck units, a key icon of the Dutch railways. Our 390-metre-long train set slowly winds its way out of the Dutch capital, bound for the high-speed line to the south. Along the way, we run alongside the Amsterdam Metro and pass through Sloterdijk station, served by commuter trains. We've got a complimentary meal service coming up, but first, let's take a look at the interior. Eurostar Plus is in a 2+1 seating configuration, with most seats situated around a table, great for group travel. The seats themselves are in a brown and beige colour scheme, and I think this looks really smart. There's a decent amount of padding, while the seat also has good ergonomic support. And up top, a padded leather head cushion. Legroom is generous. There's certainly more space here than you'd find on a flight between Amsterdam and London. Down here is a folding footrest for more comfort. And just above this, there is a storage pocket for smaller items. On the seat in front, each passenger gets a power socket and a USB socket. These alternate between UK 3-pin and European 2-pin design, though it's rather reasonably assumed that passengers have prepared for their destination and have packed an adapter. Above this, there's a coat hook, handy for when it's raining in the UK, which it usually is, and a stylish folding drinks holder. There are also more coat hooks situated above the windows. Large and sturdy seatback tables are available at airline-style seats, while another storage pocket can be found above them. And up here is something I didn't expect, a mirror? I've not seen this before, but let me know in the comments if there are any other train seats with built-in mirrors. And also, by the side of the seat, there's a wide folding armrest. Meanwhile, back outside, we're diving underground and running through a tunnel. No, it's not the Channel Tunnel just yet. This one runs under Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, though the Eurostar trains to London don't stop here. After this, we're officially on the HSL Zuid, the Netherlands' only high-speed line connecting Amsterdam and Rotterdam with the Belgian border to the south. As we reach our top speed of 300 km an hour, the crew come along with the first round of service. Eurostar doesn't serve a full meal between Amsterdam and Brussels. That will be coming later on, so bear that in mind when travelling. I'll be making do with a can of beer and an apple juice. There's also a small selection of snacks, and I chose a Kit Kat. After under 40 minutes of high-speed running, we slow down to serve Rotterdam Centraal. This is the second largest city in the Netherlands and is also known for being home to Europe's largest seaport. Eurostar trains to London only pick up here, so our stop is very brief and we're soon on the move. Minutes later, we're once again back up to speed and crossing the iconic Muurdijk Bridge, definitely my favourite part of the high-speed line. Much of the route runs alongside classic railway lines used by regular trains. To the left is the line from Rotterdam to Breda, which branches off here to serve the latter city. We are now very close to the border with Belgium, with Hazeldonk being the final frontier. Trucks from all over Europe are waiting here before continuing their journey. Meanwhile, we effortlessly cross the border at 300 km an hour. This has to be the fastest border crossing in the world. And with that, welcome to Belgium. Antwerp is the first major city across the border, though unfortunately this train will not be stopping, instead just passing through the beautiful station. Okay, it looks a lot nicer above the platforms, trust me. The colourful yellow trains previously visible out of the window are now replaced by the Belgian Railway's somewhat dull grey colour scheme. Different countries in this part of Europe are better connected by rail than anywhere else in the world, and this shot proves it. We're on a train from the Netherlands, built in Germany, running in Belgium, passing a train operated by Luxembourg, on the way to the UK via France. We're soon in the city of Brussels, the official capital of the European Union and roughly the halfway mark for our journey. To reach Brussels South Station, we have to traverse the highly congested north-south rail connection. This allows for an excellent view of the bustling city and our train snaking its way through the centre. But surely I can't be the only one who notices how poorly maintained some of these stations are. This is Brussels Midi-Zuid, or Brussels South Station. It's the city's main railway station and the key hub of Eurostar services, also running from here to Paris in France and Cologne in Germany. There's a 20-minute wait here in Brussels to allow for a total crew changeover. But that does mean it's soon time for our evening meal. We depart Brussels South at 18:54, still running 2 minutes late. A French TGV can just about be seen on the other side of the security barrier here. As we make our way out of the Belgian capital, let's look around the rest of the train. Toilets can be found at the end of carriages. These are pretty spacious as far as train toilets go. The soap dispenser was working fine, as was the water, though I do wish they went for a traditional tap rather than this spout. A hand dryer is also provided. First class passengers also get access to a selection of magazines, though if you prefer digital entertainment, free Wi-Fi is available throughout the train. Speeds for this are pretty slow though, in my experience. Beside the seat, you can find a lever for the recline function. And as a tip for my taller viewers, be sure to pull up the thigh support found just down here. The other side of the seat features your reading light and a groove for holding your phone. For storing larger items of luggage, there are sizable overhead luggage racks throughout the carriage, while the end of each carriage features even more space for luggage. Convenient for Eurostar's very generous luggage allowances in all classes. So, as we begin to build speed on the way to the UK, it's finally time for dinner. There are usually two options, with one of these being a vegetarian dish. Special dietary meals are available by pre-order online. I had this delicious mixed pepper quiche with a chickpea salad on the side. This was served alongside some bread and butter with some sort of chocolate and nut dessert. I also got an orange juice to drink with my meal, with a hot chocolate to finish. It's got to be said, eating a meal while travelling at 300 kilometers an hour is a very civilized and enjoyable experience indeed. By now, we've crossed into France, the third country on today's journey. We're currently passing through the city of Lille, capital of the Upper France region and a major regional hub. The city is home to 2 stations served by high-speed trains, with Eurostar trains serving Lille Europe, which opened in 1994. The word Europe in its name indicating that it can handle international traffic to the UK. We make a short stop here to pick up a few more passengers for the journey to London. At Calais, we slow down as we're about to enter the famous Channel Tunnel. This marvel of engineering opened at the end of 1994, finally offering a fixed link between the United Kingdom and continental Europe. It's the third longest rail tunnel in the world at 50.5 kilometers and also has the longest underwater stretch of any tunnel ever. Unfortunately, the inside of tunnels is very boring, but 20 minutes later we emerge in Folkestone, Kent. To the left, we can catch a glimpse of the other train that uses the Channel Tunnel. Le Shuttle carries cars, buses and trucks through the tunnel, providing a faster and more fun alternative to the ferries. We're cruising towards London now as the sun begins to set. You may notice that each of the tracks beside us have 3 rails. Well, this is part of South East England's commuter network, which utilises a third rail electrification system, usually only found on metro systems. Eurostar trains used to run on this third rail system into London Waterloo, until High Speed 1 opened in 2007. This unfortunately remains the only high-speed railway line in the UK to date. So let's talk about how much this journey cost. My one-way Eurostar Plus ticket cost £125. I think this is a fair price for this high-speed journey, though beware that Eurostar tickets can be extremely expensive, so book well ahead to avoid disappointment. Though if you wish to save some money, then Eurostar Standard Class is also an option. We're currently passing Stratford International, a station that, despite its name, has only ever served domestic trains. This is a sign that we're now just a few minutes away from central London. We emerge from the high-speed tunnel just metres from St Pancras International, the home of Eurostar trains in the UK. Arrival at St Pancras is 3 minutes late at 2000, bearing in mind the time zone in the UK is 1 hour behind that in France. Overall, this was a really good journey with Eurostar. The train was fast, comfortable, and hey, it was certainly a lot nicer than flying between the two cities. These Siemens Velaro trains are really great, but this wasn't even the most luxurious example. For that, we have to head to Turkey to try out their VIP suite, which you can see by clicking up here now.